Hi everybody. This video is to review the fingerspelling rules that we went over on Monday. Since we have such brief time together, I don't have time to reiterate everything every day like I normally would if we were together and had more time face to face. So here are the fingerspelling rules. First, be sure to use your dominant hand. Again, your dominant hand is the one that you tend to write with. For me, that's my right hand. A couple of you mentioned that you are left-handed, but you've been learning sign language with the right hand. If that feels comfortable, you can continue to do that. However, I do encourage you to use your dominant hand, the one that you write with, the one that you favor when you're playing sports or doing free time activities. Be comfortable. This is going to be a rule that applies for all of our signs moving forward. If it's hurting you when you're signing, it typically means you're doing something incorrectly. So in our case, be comfortable. You rest your elbow is just at a bent, shoulders back and down, and so your hand is going to be kind of in front of your shoulder. Most of this natural position is going to have your palm facing forward. So this is how you can be comfortable. Remain stationary. And by this, two things. First, don't move around a lot as you're fingerspelling. Obviously, that can be distracting. And two, don't spell out the word. For example, cake. Don't move it as you go. As I mentioned, you want to pretend like you're a little closed caption ticker box. And so all of your signs will be in this corner right here so that the person can just look at you and then see all the signs that you're signing. Remain stationary. Use smooth, consistent movements, meaning don't bounce each letter. Don't have, let's see, for example, let's go with, we've already used cakes, we'll use pies. Don't make it really jabby or inconsistent. Have it kind of be paced out so that it's an easy rhythm to catch instead of inconsistent. So smooth, consistent. Check your palm orientation. Different signs, all signs actually, have a correct palm orientation depending on what the sign is. Letters have a very specific sign orientation as well. The majority of your fingerspelling letters will be out. All of these so far, G is the only one that's flipped this one. Q, R, S, U, V, W, X, Y. Yep. The majority of them, P and Q, have a down orientation. G, H have an palm orientation that is for you. Good way to check your palm orientation is it comfortable? That's a good indicator. If it doesn't feel comfortable, something might be amiss. Look at your audience. Look out here. It's really tempting to stare at your hand. Did I spell book correctly? It's very tempting to do that. The problem with that is that can tend to shift your palm orientation towards you for book. So you want to keep it out. It doesn't have to be book. It could be pens, whatever. But make sure that you're looking out, looking at your audience. Mouth the whole word and not just the letter. So if I were to donut, we're going to use the finger spell the word donut. I wouldn't go D-O-N-U-T. I'd go donut. Donut. And this is something that you'll get used to the more you sign, is visualizing and seeing the whole word and then being able to say that. It's a little bit like patting your head and rubbing your stomach at the same time. Eventually, it'll all happen smoothly. But by saying the whole word, it gives your audience, the receiver, a clue as to what you are saying. Observe appropriate double letter rules. If letters are doubled at the beginning, for example, aardvark, A-A-R-D-V-A-R-K, so you'd go I can't even spell it now. Aardvark. You have a bounce. Letters that tend to have a knocking movement are A's, D's, S, E, F. L can, T. Those are letters. Sometimes you have what I call a reiteration. Letters that may have a reiteration that are doubled are N's, M's, T's, and I think that'll be it. And by reiteration, I mean you touch it again. So you literally are going those two. So those are all the hump, what I call the hump signs, T, N, and M, because of the number of humps you see in them. Slides, if it's a letter in the middle of a word, O are common for these, L's are common for these, S's are common for these. For example, F could be in giraffe. You could slide. That's one of the exceptions to the stationary rule to spell giraffe. Or book. You go B-O-O-K. Book. Or llama. Double L there. Finally, with double Z's, you can either do two Z's or, as we discussed, have two fingers slightly bent and then do the zig movement that way. And those are your finger spelling fluency rules. Again, use your dominant hand, be comfortable, so not using too much muscle, but relaxing where you are. Remain stationary in your little ticker box. Be smooth and consistent with your movements. Check your palm orientation. Look at your audience. Mouth the whole word and observe double letter rules.